to the podcast from Temperance Town, the sexiest podcast of world renowned. Tony grows a beard to hide his chin, swaps it with Earl so it glistens.
Salty, salty language, kings of the sexy frontier.
Download the pod, you won't get enough of these dapper chaps talking deadly fluff. In Hobo Gulch they run a homeless mission, clanging and banging with the pentagram of kittens.
Salty, salty language, kings of the sexy frontier.
They enjoy their whiskey and local craft beer. By Odin's unkempt pubis we give a cheer. Tony's a raccoon when he's booziest. Don't be a savage, be an enthusiast.
Salty, salty language, kings of the sexy frontier.
On the frozen tundra they call it a lock. Tony likes to masturbate in a sock. Bryan pisses rocks cause it feels so great. I still don't know who the fuck is Tate.
Salty, salty language, kings of the sexy frontier.
The boys will let you know when there's a spurter. Due to male pattern baldness, they don't wear curlers. Stay salty, people, that's their closing line. And don't forget, have a beer, you'll be fine.
Salty, salty language, kings of the sexy frontier. Salty, salty language, kings of the sexy frontier. Salty language.
Hey enthusiasts, what's happening? This is Salty Language, episode 238.
The sexiest podcast on the network, unless you're talking about our Skype connection.
Yeah, that is certainly not the sexiest anything.
No. Lives under a bridge.
Yeah, it's certainly troll-like in its qualities.
Yes, indeed.
Boy, I tell you.
So far, so good.
Yeah.
We can still see each other. I can hear you.
Yeah, these are all bonuses, right?
Oh,
yeah! Right. Macho Man's
the
on
power
board.
to macho should help us through this. The madness.
The madness, indeed. Yeah.
Yeah.
I appreciate it when he's on board. You know, certainly helps. Yeah, so, you know, I guess we can get some quick business out of the way, you know, thanks to the chaps over at the History of Bad Ideas podcast for allowing us to crash in like the Kool-Aid Man the other night. That was awesome.
It was awesome.
We had a good time. Seemed like they had a good time. We talked a lot of hams.
Boy, did we.
You know, both the beer and the succulent meat.
And the pressing of.
And the pressing of, yeah. It's we you know, if you haven't listened to it, you know, go find it. They're, you know, the History of Bad Ideas. Or, you know, we've retweeted the link or contact us and we can get you the link, whatever you need to do there.
Yeah, I think it's on our Facebook wall, too, if you're so inclined to go into that realm.
Yeah, that was certainly a good time. We picked our 5 niche comic characters that we felt should, you know, we would like to see get movies. That was a good time. Really difficult question, but, you know, good times, good times.
Yeah, I had a blast. It was been a while since I've podcasted on a Tuesday.
Yes.
'Cause that used to be our day, remember?
Yeah, a long time ago.
Old days of Salty Language.
Yeah. That was, I think that was our first day that we podcasted, wasn't it? Or was that?
So. We kept it up like that for a while. I don't know why.
Yeah, I don't either. I know we moved it when Tate joined us.
Right.
Because, what was it, Wednesday or Thursday worked better for her, and then we moved to Fridays, and here we are.
Here we are. Still on Fridays.
Yeah, mostly.
Because we're just some hardcore podcasting dudes.
I believe
we're like, date night, fuck that.
Weekend warriors.
We got to record comedy gold.
Right. Because I don't know, I got nothing.
We got to drag our comedic scrotums across the internet's face.
That's an interesting way of putting it. Yeah.
Yeah, should be on a pair of boxers. Comedic Scrotum.
Oh,
Enclose
okay.
the fin.
Okay, I thought you meant the whole phrase. I was like, wow, that's like a wraparound message.
It goes on the waistband.
Yeah. Yeah, instead of saying, Under Armour or something, Comedic Scrotum across. Yeah. Ooh, that's a lot of reading.
It is a lot of reading.
I'm not sure.
Totally worth it, though.
Okay, that's fine. I can buy in. It's a lot of reading, though. Small print, though. I don't know. Or big boxers, whichever,
Yes.
Just giant waistbands. It'd be like boxing trunks, with the really tall waistbands. That way we have room for double font, so it can be nice and big.
Double font, boldface.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
Or italics if you want to be classy.
I know.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe get some bubble letters if people are into that.
Yeah, right. Nice.
Just like, everybody's a 7th grade notebook.
Oh, man. Yeah. On the actual shorts, it'll have, where you can take a marker, come with a marker or something so you can write your name, and it'll already say, have a heart with, salty language on there so you can just write your name above it,
Oh, absolutely.
Just like you would have on your Trapper Keeper. Awesome.
Says, this comedic scrotum belongs to.
Oh, boy.
Do you think we can get away with a comedic scrotum as a title of the show? Probably not. iTunes and if it's nerdy, we want nothing to do with it.
I don't know. Scrotum's not really that bad. It's
true.
It's a science term.
It's true. It could just, shorten it up, comedic scrot.
Yeah. I believe that'd be the second time we had scrot or scrotum in our title. I think once we were going to use tote scrotes, but I think I decided against it because I didn't think it would make it. But I don't remember.
Probably did. Didn't we do like scrotes McGoats or something?
Yeah,
crazy?
I think we did. Yeah. I believe we did one time.
I think so too. It's been, we've got so much content.
So many titles. It is
so many titles.
Yeah.
I'm searching scrotes though in our thing.
Mm-hmm.
We do have a show. It was called Scrotes Cadavs.
Scrotes what?
Cadavs, like a cadaver.
Okay. Yeah, that seems like a flavor of ours. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh, boy.
Good old Scrotes Cadavs.
Yeah, that certainly seems like something we would have named a show. I have no recollection as to why. Do you?
I have no idea.
Yeah, and neither. That's the funniest part for me looking back at some of the shows is when I see the titles, sometimes I can remember exactly why they're titled that, and so many times I'm like, I have no idea why. Because it'll be like a one-off comment,
It just says, we talk about Martha Stewart's Reddit AMA, semen cocktails, puke boners, and other awkward things.
Well, Scrotes Cadavs certainly sounds like an awkward thing. Wow. All right.
Yes.
All right, then. Clearly, everyone listening is going, wow, I can't wait to download and listen to that one.
Oh, yeah. It's, coming up in about 20 days or so, that episode will be officially 2 years old.
Nice. Wow.
Yeah.
Man.
Hop on it, enthusiasts.
It grows up so fast.
Some Scrotes Cadavs.
They grow up so fast.
I know. I might have to, as much as we're talking about it, I might just include a link on the website. Because why the fuck not?
Exactly. Yeah. Salty Language Classics presents Scrotes Cadavs.
Scrotes Cadavs.
Oh, man. I'm telling you, that's why we need somebody with a classy British voice to, do our classics episodes.
Well, now that we have ties of, HOBI, we can get Jason.
You're right. Master of impressions, you mean.
Master of impressions bust out his...
Except for, what was it that he said he couldn't do? I forgot. Was it a Boston accent he said he couldn't do?
Yes.
Yeah.
Boston.
Yeah. Perfect.
Yeah.
So how was your week, sir?
Excuse me. It was all right. I still got a case of, lung death going.
Mm-hmm.
It's pretty fun.
Well,
I like, waking up in the morning and coughing up butterscotch. It's pretty awesome.
Wow. That's That's something.
It is some.
Living the life of a porn star, eh?
Yeah, something like that. Jesus. It's horrible.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's quite graphic.
You ever have, this hit me this week. Do you ever have food placebo effects? I'll elaborate.
Okay.
Okay. I'm working, right?
Mm-hmm.
And next to me, I got my little Tupperware container just chock full of chopped up raw broccoli.
Yeah.
Because I enjoy raw broccoli and the shit's good.
Right. And you enjoy just destroying everywhere you go, right?
Whatever.
Yeah.
Fuck them.
Yeah.
So I'm just smashing it. And I get down to I have the very last piece in my hand, and I just happen to, because, I'm driving and eating, so whatever. Much like Pizza Lady or, actually, I think my reference is wrong, the Lost episode, so never mind.
Yeah, right?
But I look at this piece of broccoli that's cut in half, the florets directly bisected.
Right.
And the whole middle of the thing is just black. Right.
Yeah.
And my first thought was, this fucker's going out the window, which it sailed out the window.
Mm-hmm.
And then my second thought was, that was a half of broccoli. Pretty sure I probably ate the other half.
Yeah, there's a good chance you did.
And then I just felt like garbage. But it hit me, I'm like, now do I feel like garbage because I'm pretty sure I ate that? If I would have ate that and I even looked at it, would I just felt fine? Was it all mental?
It's similar to finding a hair in your food, I guess, right?
I guess, but that doesn't bother me that much, though.
Well, yeah, after having a beard, it probably bothers you even less now. Because you find hair in, all your food now.
It's weird if I don't.
Yeah. It's the truth.
Right.
It really is, yeah. Yeah, I know what you mean, though. I've done that before. I'll be eating a salad or something like that, or just whatever, and as you're eating it, just, and you'll find something, you'll see a piece of lettuce with, ick on it or whatever, and you're like, oh, how much of that have I already ingested? And then, like you said, you want to just go purge at that point. Yeah. Yeah,
exactly.
Yeah, I don't know. It's got to be... It's probably mostly mental, But at the same time, like you said, you're finding half a piece. It's not like you found a whole piece that was black to where you're like, okay, this is probably just the one. But even if it's just the one, I mean, was there black on more than one piece? And, how far do you how far down the rabbit hole do you go?
And it was the piece of cocksucking broccoli was like a stealth attack. Because the outside looked fine.
Right.
It was just within the inner branches of the floret, it was starting to get all, Black Death.
Damn it. I thought my Black Death broccoli was going to be the way to finally off you, but one time you look at food before you eat it. Yeah. That's
completely going to be our veganist movement metal band.
Black Death broccoli?
Black Death broccoli.
Nice.
We can wear broccoli hats?
That makes it less badass, I think.
What if, broccoli hats, but we got black metal face paint on.
More badass, but still not as badass as we could be.
Okay, broccoli hat, black metal face paint, broccoli... God, it's got distracted by my dog because she was staring at you. A broccoli codpiece.
Still badass, but I still think the hats make it less badass.
What if the hats also have black metal face paint on them?
All right, yeah. Well, can the hats have codpieces?
Yes.
Perfect.
Now we're talking.
No, probably not. I don't know. I still think the hats...
All right, we're just going to scrap this project.
Yeah, it's just not going to work. I think we should just go back to Fuck Nickel and stay with it.
I mean, how many vegan metal bands could there possibly be?
There's probably some, I would think.
Let's see if Google has this answer for me.
There's got to be some. I'm sure they'll tell you about it. Right?
I would think, yeah.
I mean,
wow, there is a thing that's... What? Metalinjection.net, 10 vegan/vegetarian metal bands.
See?
Oddly enough, cattle decapitation. Right?
Yeah.
Kirk Hammock, whatever. Somehow I kind of expected him to be that. Between the Buried in Me, Converge, Black Sabbath, Geezer Butler. It's because his body can't, process meats anymore. He's too old.
Yeah, maybe. I was hoping for
Marcus, Rob Zombie. That doesn't really surprise me.
I was really hoping for bands, though, more than just
I know.
people.
It's just like, here's a couple guys. A couple guys from Lamb of God.
Mm.
Devin Townsend. I'm not 100% sure who he is.
That one guy.
Yeah, that was not a great article. I wish I had that time back. Sorry, listening audience.
Now, the question is, since this isn't a live program, I could theoretically give our listeners their time back.
Oh, no. If I suffered, everybody must suffer.
Fine, it stays in. The one time I could edit.
Fuck that.
Yeah. Oh, man.
I did have a nice romantic Valentine's Day. We went and saw Deadpool. That was cool.
Yeah, unfortunately, I still haven't got to go.
Well, I will no spoilers this for you.
And I'm still sad panda about that.
But the movie's great.
Yeah, that's all I've heard. Is, the two things I've heard about the movie are that it's really good and there are a lot of children there.
We had the people directly in front of us had a kid in a stroller and a little tiny kid that was aware enough to ask what they were seeing.
Nice.
And the kid's mom was like, "Oh, it's a superhero movie. You'll like it."
See, that was the problem, and that was from the beginning when they said it was going to be rated R. I knew that was going to be the problem. Is that people, because of our years at the video stores and people thinking, oh, it's just a game, how bad could it be, right? It's the same idea. Yeah. Oh, it's a superhero movie. How bad could it be? And it's like, you don't understand the source material.
Was that they wanted to see it.
Oh, yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
I've been in various rated R movies through my life and seen people bring small children with them. And the reason is just they want to see the movie. And they're just... either they can't or won't get a babysitter.
They're called assholes.
Okay, well, that's fair. Yeah, I love I think we talked about it on HOBI, in fact, about the thing on Facebook about that I've seen mostly on Facebook. I saw it on Reddit, and I've seen it on Facebook and Twitter now. The one where it's like, if only...
disappointed or whatever.
Yeah, it's like, if only there was a way for parents to know, and someone's like, you mean like an R rating? It's like...
Exactly.
Yeah. Duh.
Dopes.
Yeah.
But, I don't know. I mean, like I said, I'm not going to spoil anything, obviously, because it's too early in its thing to be spoiled. You haven't seen it yet.
Yeah.
But the opening credit sequence was one of the best I've seen in a long time, just because it's funny. Right? And the one thing I really appreciated was Marvel Studios took several opportunities to make fun of themselves.
Ah, nice. Well, that seems fair, because that really is what Deadpool does. Breaking the fourth wall and such. He makes fun of himself and the genre and such. So it should be that way.
Yeah.
You would hope.
It's definitely worth seeing, for sure.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I plan to. I just don't know when. Like I said, my nephew and I are supposed to go see it, but it just hasn't happened at this point. So I got to yell at him or something.
I agree. Maybe hit him with sticks. I don't know.
Yeah. Like, hey, yo, why we ain't seen this yet?
Right. Although there was like most of the trailers, were just ones that I've already seen on this, during the Super Bowl and stuff.
Yeah.
With the exception of Hardcore Henry. Have you seen this trailer?
I don't think so, no.
Do you remember, because I can't remember if we talked about it on the show or just between you and I, but like 4 or 5 months ago, there was a video on YouTube, and it was some guy escaping, like being imprisoned, and it was like first-person parkour. He's like kicking people, and there's like dogs attacking him. Do you remember this? It was like a first-person action movie. It was like a 5-minute YouTube video.
Yeah.
Okay. So Hardcore Henry, the whole movie is filmed in first person like that.
Okay.
And I don't know if I like it.
I don't know, man. That seems like it could get annoying.
Yeah, like when that YouTube video came out, I was like, "Oh, that's a pretty cool idea. That's a neat video."
Yeah, wasn't that video? Isn't that the Bad Motherfucker video?
That might have been it. Yeah.
Okay, because if so, that's an awesome song too. Yeah, there's a TV show that's I know it's on Hulu. I don't know. It's called Peep Show. That the whole show is shot in first person like that. That it was really cool. Because it's so different, but it's like I don't know if I could take a whole movie that way.
Right. That's kind of what I'm thinking.
Yeah, it seems like the novelty of it might wear off really quick.
I mean, the trailer kind of felt like a next level, like first person shooter game.
Yeah.
But what I was thinking though, the more I thought about stupid Hardcore Henry this week, was it would probably be really cool to watch in like the Oculus Rift.
Yeah.
So it kind of makes me wonder if maybe that's where movies are going to go next.
Well, I could see that because, what do you call it? Like even, what is it? Is it the Galaxy phones or whatever? They've got that thing that you can like watch the phone, like up close on, they have like a headset kind of a thing so you can watch them like, kind of like it's a goggles basically. It sits right in front of your face so you can watch movies. And I don't remember if they're 3D or not, but I think, that would be like the next kind of step is to put, that kind of a concept of where it'd be a virtual reality type of thing. That would make sense, right? I mean,
I would think, because I mean, like,
that'd be wild if so.
Good video games now, they're almost like playing a movie. So why not have a first-person Oculus movie that is kind of like a choose-your-own-adventure type situation?
Yeah, it's funny you mention that because I was just listening to that. Was it the Tim Ferriss show the other night? Where he talked with I can't think of the guy's name. The guy from that the show Scorpion is based on. I don't know if you've listened to that show yet or not. And the guy, they were talking about virtual reality. And the guy actually was pointing that out about how, like, the best virtual reality right now is still not as good as the best non-virtual reality video games, basically. And he's like, I think once we get money into virtual reality, that basically what you were just saying, he's like, I think it'll be like these first-person type games and stuff. And he's like, I think that, movies and stuff like that, will come from it. And it'll be really awesome, And actually, I think my mom was just telling me that they were talking about people with, like, vertigo issues can wear, like, virtual reality things, like, for a certain amount of time per day. And it's helping these people. It's basically, like, retraining their brain to help them with their vertigo issues.
Oh, that's pretty cool.
Yeah, so, it's always, how it is, with any technology. It's always like, oh, this is really cool. And then it's like, wait a minute, can we apply this to this, or this? And then it ends up, which is awesome.
Well, that was the other thing I was thinking of stupid Hardcore Henry, and maybe it would be different because of that technology thing. Is like, how many people are going to get motion sick watching? Because the guy's running and jumping and.
Yeah, I could see that, because like Jen, my co-host on the Crazy Life, I doubt she'd be able to watch that on the big screen because she gets motion sickness from stuff. But it'd be similar to, like, when you go to, like, Universal, you sit in some of those ride things, and you put glasses on, and things move around on the screen on you and stuff, and then, like, your chair moves or whatever, but that's kind of the experience, is, basically, like the Spider-Man thing, you're not really, in some of them, you're not really on much of a ride, like, the chairs will move up and down and sideways, but they don't move a whole lot, But the screen, everything's in like a 3D kind of a thing, so it looks like it's coming at you as you're doing, and it's wild, but it's not. They don't have to do a whole lot to really make the thing seem like a whole bunch. So like you said with this, or like the guy said in the Tim Ferriss show, he was like, you could just have a warehouse where people just walk into it, put on virtual reality, and they're at a theme park. He's like, there'd be no...
Oh, that's interesting.
Yeah, he's like, there'd be no lines. You could just ride wherever you want to ride all day long, basically, And
well, you're just sitting on one of those wacky chairs that makes you feel like you're moving around.
Yeah, pretty much. And that's it. I'm on this ride, and it does whatever it does, and, that kind of thing. So it's what I said. It's really interesting when you think of these technologies, and it's just going to be people getting their hands on it and being able to, it's kind of like, when a new game system comes out, and then when the developers get their hands on it, now we can, and they're like, okay, well, let's see what we can do with it,
Jesus. Well, how soon to become jacked into the Matrix? Everyone's just laying in bed.
I know, right?
But meanwhile, we're off slaying dragons.
Yeah, exactly, right? I mean, it's really, it's crazy. That episode, like, if people don't listen to, it's really funny because I fought listening to Tim Ferriss's show when you first recommended it to me, and I've gotten to where I listen to most of his episodes. I skip a few of them, but I listen to a lot of them. And this one, I can't remember the guy's name now. It's a fairly recent one. And the TV show Scorpion is based on this guy's life. Like, his IQ is 197, which is like the fourth highest recorded IQ, I think, ever. And he assembled a group of people. Oh, he assembled a group of, like, super nerds. And that's basically, they solve the world's problems. Like, people come to them and they're like, we need you to do this. And, we need you to, like, move a factory in 2 days, but we don't want it to affect productivity. And he's like, okay, as long as you have the money to make it happen, we can solve the problem, basically. Or, they're that kind of level of problem solvers,
Right.
And it's a really good episode. Like, this guy, and he also realized that by being super intelligent, that most of the people that are that level of smart are basically the counterbalance to being that smart is generally you're that level of stunted as far as, like, society goes. Like, you don't mix well with people. So he started hiring people to help the super nerds mix with people better so that they could become better, well-rounded people and stuff. Like, this is the kind of stuff. And he was telling different stuff he's had his hands in, helping to, make the world a better place and stuff over time. And also, I'm sure he's had his hands in some stuff for government contracts and whatnot that are...
Oh, probably.
Like, he makes a comment at one point that basically in a world where everyone has big sticks, he wants to make sure that the U.S. has the biggest, kind of a concept. And that reminds me a little bit of Einstein and how he kind of looked at Project Manhattan, So, anyway... But I just went on a tangent on that. I forgot where I was even going with it.
I think I'm going to say you really want to see Deadpool.
Yes. That's exactly what I was saying. But yeah, the virtual reality thing, though, is really interesting. Like, he was saying, though, that there's just not enough money being poured into this just yet. That the Oculus Rift stuff is... just barely scraping the surface of what he thinks this is going to be able to do for a lot of people.
It makes sense.
Yeah.
'Cause, I mean, even if, you were some bedridden jerk-off or paralyzed in an accident, you throw on an Oculus Rift, you can go wherever you want in the world.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, that's true. I mean, it'd give you the ability to at least somewhat experience things that you might not be able to experience otherwise, which would be...
Well, have you ever seen the videos of the people that were flying, using the Oculus Rift and they're flying drones around?
No.
It just makes them feel like they're flying because, the camera's mounted on the drone,
Oh, yeah, that makes sense, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, this guy mentioned that, like, you could use virtual reality kind of concepts to teach people driving, to get over fear of flying, stuff like that too, by putting them in those situations to where they're in zero danger,
Yeah.
Like, you just tell them, I mean, you'd still go through the anxiety spike because, you're still experiencing the same concept. Like, it would still feel like you're in a car or a plane, but it's like, you're safe. You cannot get hurt, and go through it enough times to where you're comfortable and then be like, okay, well, now let's,
Now it's time for the real deal, son. Yeah, it's interesting.
Now it's time to turn Grand Theft Auto into your life.
Who knew me shitting on Hardcore Henry a little bit would turn into all this?
I know, right?
Plus, Hardcore Henry, decent porn name.
Right. Oh my. Oh my.
Oh my.
Yeah. I can't remember. Is it just the Tim Ferriss Show? That's the name of his podcast, right?
I believe so.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure that's what it is.
Yeah. It's a pretty good podcast. There's like I said, I skip around on it. There's some episodes where I'm like, like the people he has just don't interest me a whole lot, but other times, he's got some that I'm like, oh, this sounds interesting, Like he had Shaun White on there, and I was like, I don't really want to listen to Shaun White, so.
I don't think I've listened to that one either. I don't know.
Yeah.
I'm
And it might be a fine episode. I just,
Like, it is a podcast.
Mm-hmm. Exactly. Yeah. Exactly. But, yeah, so that was a good time.
How's about you?
I had a
how's your week been?
Pretty non-eventful week. I was, I had to go back up to my neurologist for the follow-up, and it really sucks how, I guess for some legal reason I have to do, like he has to do it this way, but it's like I'm going for a follow-up to where basically, he put me on a medicine, you have to go back in and, hey, how's everything? And, I'm like, okay, it seems like the, migraine medicines are doing their job. I'm having less of them, which is good. I told him about the wicked heartburn I was having, and he told me to take Prilosec, which I was already doing. So, but, I talked to the pharmacist about it to make sure there wasn't any drug interactions or whatever. And, they were like, nah, it should be okay, So I took it for like 4 or 5 days, and I was like, okay, the heartburn's gone, so I quit. I don't want to be on it permanently, though. It's like, because there's been stuff popping up recently about long-term use and kidney issues, so I was like,
Yeah,
but,
no bueno.
Yeah, it's like, so I'll use it until the heartburn's gone. I'm, try to watch eating spicy stuff, tomato stuff, try to watch the diet so it doesn't make it worse, whatever. But anyway, I have to go an hour, drive an hour to this guy, and then wait in the office, basically just to get into his office for him to go, so how's it going? And I go, fine. And he goes, are you sleeping any better? And I go, yes, because, they upped my anti-anxiety medicine, and I take it before I go to bed. So it's making it a little easier for me to get to sleep. And I'm noticing that I'm not necessarily sleeping 2 hours, waking up, sleeping 2 hours, waking. Like, I've noticed I'm getting more of like 4 hours, so I'm getting a little better sleep. Not a lot, but a little better sleep when I sleep now, which is nice, because even getting a little better is still awesome,
Sleep is good.
Yeah. And getting consistent sleep, getting 4 hours in a row is so much better than 2. It's just, it's otherwise I'm taking a series of naps,
Right.
And it's just not the same. You never really reach that deep sleep.
That should be your YouTube series.
A series of naps. Yeah. That's going to be my autobiography.
I was just thinking, just record yourself sleeping, like Periscope it or something.
That's a terrible idea.
It's just next on a series of naps.
It's just me pretending like I'm a dog, when they're sleeping, pretending to run.
Whimpering a little bit.
Yeah, right. Oh, look, he thinks he's running.
Oh, he's chasing rabbits in his sleep.
Oh, man. Then at some point, after all the cute stuff, just real peaceful. And then it's just like this really, really ridiculous fart,
Or like violent even.
Yeah. And so I have to go through all this, and it's basically like 5 minutes in the office, only for him to go, oh, okay, we'll see you in 6 weeks, and then an hour drive home, and I'm like, man, I asked him, I'm like, can we do these follow-ups like on Skype or via phone? I was like, because you're an hour away. I mean, it's almost to the dot an hour from here to there.
Yeah, so 2 hour round trip plus what? Half hour,
25 minutes roughly between office visit and waiting room. Yeah. So it's roughly a 2.5 hour time suck. And he was like, legally, I can't do that. So I was like, all right, it's just, it stinks. And I asked him at my doctor, and he seems like a good doctor. I just asked him at my doctor's office. I was like, is there anybody closer? 'Cause this is really a pain in the ass. It's, I mean, there's I understand because we live in Michigan that I have to go to a Michigan neurologist because they want to keep the money in Michigan. I get that. But there's a hospital half an hour from here. You'd think they would have a neurologist on call at the hospital somehow.
One would assume.
So you would think he would have at least some normal office hours or something. I don't know, but whatever. So
when you asked about Skype, did you try sliding him a couple greenbacks? maybe these 3 George Washingtons will change your phone.
Right. He just slaps me with the George Washingtons, then tucks them in his pocket and says no.
He's like, no, I don't accept quarters.
Yeah, that'd be about the way it goes too. Yeah, so that kind of sucks. So at least it's going to be longer before I have to go back. It's just hopefully the next visit will be pretty much it for a long time. But it's
at least it's not like you have to go every month.
Yeah, exactly. And that was the thing, was the last time I saw him was 2 weeks ago or 3 weeks ago, something like that. I think it was 3 weeks ago. So at least the frequency is getting larger, and
right.
So there's that. But while I was in the office, there was this guy sitting 2 chairs down from me and fell asleep. And and then he just wakes up and he leans over, and he's, pretty close to my age. He leans over and he's like, hey, he's like, did you hear? He's like, have they called Jason since you've been here? And I was like, nah, man. I was like, I've only been here 5 minutes. And he was like, oh, all right. And he was like, he gets up and walks up to the desk and asks them, and they were like, no, we haven't. So he sits back down and he's like, I've already been here a while. I've been here a while. And I can't remember. I think it was 40 minutes he had been there, 45 minutes. And I was like, oh, man, because I'm going to be here forever is what I'm thinking,
Right.
And, yeah, it wasn't. I don't know how that works because there's only one doctor there. It's not like I'm hurrying up. But anyway, dude fell asleep because, I guess within the last couple years he's had a stroke. And he told me he had lost the complete use of, his right arm. But they put him on this, I think it was Lyrica, and he's regained the use of, he had regained most of the use of his arm, but he still couldn't, flex his fingers all the way and stuff. But he was showing me he has, full range of motion of his hand and stuff now. So I was like, wow. And he goes, yeah, he's like, the downside is, he's like, I'm tired, all the time. And I was like, yeah, it seems like a pretty fair trade-off, but that still kind of sucks,
Yeah, for sure.
Kind of like me. I get wicked heartburn, but I have less migraines, and
pick your poison, right?
Exactly, yeah. So, and I told him, I was like, well, don't worry. I was like, if you fall back asleep and they call you, I'll let you know. I was like, sucker. I'll be like, nah, he left. Call Bryan, though.
Yeah. I took a spot.
Yeah. You said Bryan, right?
He gave me his place in line.
Yeah. Man, what a jerk move that would be. Oh, man.
80% mobile over there snoozing in the corner.
Yeah. What's funny is in this office, they have, a doctor's office, a lot of them now have TV where it plays, medical stuff. It's half medicine.
Commercials for the people paying their bills.
Yeah, pretty much. It's half medicine commercials. And then there'll be random sports things or whatever else on there. And I'm sitting there and I've been to this place, 3 or 4 times now. And they've had the same one the whole time. And it's funny because I'm looking at one point and it's the Carolina Panthers are the only undefeated team left in the NFL. And I'm like, okay, that's really old because they lost week 14 I think of the NFL season.
Yes,
when they lost to Atlanta.
It's a broadcast from the future.
Yeah, and then it shows the Golden State Warriors, and they're like they've started the season 15-0, and I was like, wow, we're at the All-Star break. I was like, I'm pretty sure to update that, all they have to do is hook it to the internet. I don't think you really have to do much else.
I wouldn't think they have a VCR back there and they're waiting for a new tape to show up.
Right? That was the way it was in the old days, though. They'd have to, you'd wait for the new loop, basically. It's like, I'm pretty sure that's some sort of a service. Maybe they have to pay for it or something. They just haven't paid for it. I don't know.
But I would sure think in the medical field that they have plenty of money to pay for a new feed.
Well, and neurologist. We're not talking about, like, small-time clinic here. We're talking about a neurologist. He's a specialist, so you would assume that even though he sees a lot of people that are low income, he's getting insurance money, so I would assume he's still making a nice wage.
Yeah, that's what I would think, too.
Yeah. It was just kind of funny how, every time I've been in there, I always look to see if it changes, and I just shake my head, cause
that's unreal. Maybe it's a test. Maybe you're supposed to check.
Maybe they just think people have enough brain issues they won't notice.
Yeah, maybe. Like, meanwhile, in other news, Icky Woods, another touchdown. Like, what?
I'll be like, awesome, I love that guy. Wait a minute.
Hold us on a second.
I've hit my head a bunch, but not that many times. Yeah, it was... I do wonder how many people notice, because, like I said, I've been in there enough that I notice, but I don't know if people really watch it. I watch it because, I'm waiting 20 minutes, so it's... Usually my head's buried in my phone because they don't have Wi-Fi, but, jerks.
They don't have Wi-Fi?
No, neither.
What a bunch of savages.
Neither of the doctors I go to have Wi-Fi, which bothers me.
That is bothersome, for sure.
Yeah, and unfortunately no one around the area of either place has Wi-Fi that I can steal.
Those sons of bitches.
Yeah, I need one of them to have
that would be my chief complaint.
Yeah.
2-hour drive, where's the Wi-Fi?
Right? Like, the least you could do if I'm going to waste 2.5 hours of my life is, get some Wi-Fi in here.
Yeah, provide me with some Wi-Fi.
Or a mini bar, at least. I mean...
That would be even better.
Seriously. I mean...
With, like, a, snappy-dressed bartender.
Yes. Whiskey's good for the brain, I hear.
Yeah, I'm going to test that theory tomorrow.
That's a terrible idea, sir. I like it.
Exactly.
Yeah, that's about all that's gone on this week, though. I haven't really done much. It's been just a really boring week.
Yeah, it's fair.
Yeah, and other than, like I said, I did that, and then we were on HOBI and did the Crazy Life Wednesday, and yeah.
Last week, excuse me.
Jeez.
Jesus Christ.
Quit dying.
I know, right?
Did you pick up...
All right. Last weekend, I started watching Narcos. Have you watched it?
No, I haven't. I have it in my queue, but I haven't started watching it.
If you're going to watch Narcos, Bryan.
Yeah.
Don't do anything but watch Narcos.
Okay.
Because I watched, 2 episodes, and I need to rewatch them. Because when I'm watching them, I'm, fucking around on the laptop. I'm on my phone. Mm-hmm. A good 80% of the show is in Spanish.
Oh, okay. All right.
So I have no idea what's going on, but I just let it play.
Now, is it possible that I could do Mountains of Cocaine and watch Narcos?
Well, if you want to really be into the show, yes.
Okay. Because, that's how I generally watch TV, is by doing Mountains of Cocaine and then watching TV.
Of course.
Or while doing Mountains of Cocaine, depending on the night.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay.
You're like, hey, girl, want to come over to Netflix and snort?
No, I don't share.
Oh, have me watch me Netflix and snort.
What an awesome date night that is. Like, here, you pick out whatever you want. Well, I'm just doing all the blow.
Exactly. Bump after bump after bump.
I'm using, my key to the city. Those are the size key bumps I'm doing,
Exactly.
Oh, my. What a terrible idea that would be.
The parts I was actually paying attention to what was going on, it was pretty good.
Yeah. I've heard it was really good. I had not heard about the... I assume there's subtitles, though, right?
Yeah, oh yeah, absolutely.
Okay. So it's a lot of reading. All right.
Yeah, whatever. It's,
Yeah, that's fine. I actually have subtitles on my TV a lot because I try, for volume's sake, sometimes I don't have it up real loud, so I'll turn the subtitles on.
Right.
Yeah. Also, it leads to funny things once in a while, when I mentioned that, Chris Hardwick said salty language the one time, and, on At Midnight.
For sure should have screen capped that.
I should have. I should have went back and screen capped it and been like, hey, look, thanks for the shout out, Chris Hardwick.
That would be pretty goddamn funny, in my opinion.
Mm-hmm. I agree.
Pretty
I should have.
goddamn funny.
Right on.
Yeah, I also got to ask you your opinion on Kanye this week.
Oh, man, what a train
wreck. Is he legitimately broke, or is he just rich person broke?
I don't see how a guy that at any time could seriously probably drop an album can be legit broke.
Right?
You know?
Especially an album that I heard is supposedly his best work ever.
Yeah, I haven't listened to it, so I don't know.
That's just what I've heard through the grapevine.
Right. I don't know, man. Like, $53 million was the number I saw, like, and I was like, how? I don't understand how he could be.
And couldn't he just be like, hey, honey, can you put out a sequel to your emoji app so we can clear this up?
Yeah, right? Boy. Well, that's why I said it's just like he's a dude who should be able to just drop another album and make some money. I mean, I know a lot of people don't buy albums anymore and stuff, but you should be able to get some sort of money out of it, right? I mean, or
well, I'm pretty sure he could put out like a new pair of sneakers and make that money back.
Yeah. I mean, his clothing line, which we talked about forever ago, I don't know if you remember us talking about that, with his like $500 white, yeah, his $500 white T-shirts and stuff.
Yeah.
I don't know. I just think it's wild, like, hearing that stuff. It's weird when you hear some people and the word broke together, because it just, yeah, I'm with you. It just kind of makes you feel like they're rich person broke. Like, is your company broke, or are you broke?
Yeah, exactly.
You know, it was like hearing 50 Cent was broke, you know? You were like, how could you be broke when you got all that money from vitamin water and, you know.
Yeah, all the vitamin water.
Yeah. So I don't know. All I know, man, his tweets have been just all over the place for the last couple weeks.
Yeah.
That dude, I don't even know what's going on with that dude. Like, you know, it's so funny because so many people hate him so much, and it's so weird, you know, because I will openly admit that I will listen to a lot of his music any day of the week, because the dude can straight out put out some strong music. I don't care what anybody says, you know.
Yeah, exactly.
Especially that first album of his. That thing is straight fire. But I don't know. Yeah, I don't know if he's got some mental issues that he hasn't got dealt with, or what, you know. He's just a weird dude.
I think some of it's probably mental issues.
Yeah. I did see a tweet yesterday that said, you know, something to the effect of, like, marrying a Kardashian is, you know, something like a guaranteed way to get a mental issue, you know. And I was like, I kind of laughed, and then I was like, you know, I probably shouldn't be laughing at this, because the whole Lamar Odom thing's really not funny. So, but man, I don't know what's going on with Kanye. You really want to read something that'll just make you just shake your head or whatever? Seriously, go find his Twitter feed and just start reading down his timeline.
Yeah.
There's just some weird stuff on there.
He is a weird dude.
Yeah. But he always has been. Like, he's never been...
I think that's what kind of, you know... Weirdness makes you an artist, right?
Yeah, you know...
Sometimes.
He kind of, you know, it's one of those... You know, like, one of the rules of things is never buy your own hype. You know? And right. He, from minute one, bought his own hype.
What do you mean?
I actually think he was his own hype man from minute one. You know, like, he created his own hype and bought his own hype from, like, the first minute. And it does make me laugh. I'm doing the Job podcast. They were talking about how Kanye, one of his tweets was, he took a shot at Taylor Swift about how, like, she's relevant because of him. And one of the hosts was like, wait a minute. They're like, the moment where he, like, you know, interrupted her at the Grammys or whatever, she was already winning that award. Like, you know,
exactly.
She was already relevant before he did. You know, it's not like he interrupted them nominating her, or he, because of him doing something, she got nominated. Like, she was already winning an award because of,
It's not like she was delivering a pizza and he interrupted her and she became a huge star.
Right, exactly. Now, that would have been a great story.
Yeah.
So, how did you get famous?
I know he's trying to deliver his pizza, but hold on a second.
I'm going to let you finish. Yeah. Oh, man. I don't know. That dude, he is such a train wreck. But it's so weird because, like, you look at, like, going into that marriage and you look at Kim Kardashian and you look at Kanye West and you're like, he is the train wreck of those two.
Yeah.
And I don't know that...
Somehow, that is the truth.
Yeah. Like, she's the one that's, like, the most stable of the two.
Right.
I don't think most people would necessarily have thought that.
I never would have.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know if Mark Zuckerberg's going to give him the money. Did you see that?
You ask him on Twitter for a donation or whatever?
Yeah, I saw a great tweet that was like, I don't know if I would, something about, like, I don't know if I would ask I really wish I had the guy's name and I don't. But it was like, I don't know if I would ask the founder of Facebook for $53 million, but I sure as hell wouldn't do it on Twitter or something like that,
Yeah, that's pretty funny.
Yeah, it was a really good tweet. I feel bad because I'm miswording it and I remember the guy's name, but that's a really good tweet.
That is a strong tweet.
Yeah. Very true. Like, yeah, go ask him over on FacePage. Right.
It's because Kanye may be crazy, but he's not that crazy. He knows to avoid Mordor.
Yeah, right. Yeah, he's something, all right.
He's definitely something.
He's something. As long as he just needs to just shut up and just keep putting out good music. That's what he needs to do. Just shut up and go back to putting out good music.
Yeah. Just keep being a creator.
Yeah.
And apparently keep making fashion because people love that Yeezy line.
Yeah, I don't get that, but...
I don't get it either.
Because it looks like really plain stuff, and it's like, just put your name on it, and it's like, here you go, like the t-shirt we talked about forever ago. I don't remember if it was $300 or $500, and it was a plain white t-shirt. There was like nothing about it other than it said Yeezy on it, and it was just ridiculous. Well,
yeah.
But realistically, a Calvin Klein t-shirt that looks just like every other t-shirt, it's like $50 or $100 or whatever for a plain black or a plain white t-shirt.
You can get a Yeezy Men viscose blend sweater in a large size, Brian.
Yeah.
For a low, low price of $1,600.
Oh, well, if that's all I have to do to help Kanye out.
That's all you have to do.
So tomorrow, I think you and I should go buy a bunch of Yeezy stuff to help him out. Because I feel like we don't do enough on, of our part to help him out.
I agree. I mean, I don't know what the hell's wrong with us.
Yeah. Clearly, we could help him out with all of our podcasting money. Yeah.
I mean, I'm trying to find where I can buy stuff besides, I just did Google shopping real quick.
I wish he would I wish he would do a Kickstarter. That's what I keep waiting for. I keep waiting for the Kanye Kickstarter.
Yeah, that would really make me laugh. Or a GoFundMe.
Yeah, something along those lines. I would just die laughing if he does that.
Yeah, that would definitely be something, wouldn't it? Oh my God. If he did that, Jesus Christ.
Yeah, well, speaking of Kanye, did you see how, and I don't know, I haven't Snopes this to see if it's real or not, but there was a thing going around on the internet that it looked like that Martin Shkreli dude got gypped out of like $15 million, or got gypped out of a bunch of money thinking he bought the exclusive rights to Kanye's new album.
Fuck him.
And like I said, I haven't Snopes it, and it sounds like it's a not real thing, but I'm looking it up right now, unless you are also.
That's what I was doing too.
Okay,
yeah.
I was like, I'll let you do it then, because my internet's been sketched, so. I don't want to jinx the internet connection. Yeah, I saw some stuff going around, or maybe it wasn't that much money, but there was some amount of money, and I was like, I hope this is true, just because that guy just deserves to lose all his money. But after the Wu-Tang album thing, it just made me laugh, because, just the...
It seems like, it seems like he was scammed out of $15 million in Bitcoin.
Ah, okay.
For attempting to buy Kanye West's new album.
Yeah, I'm okay with that.
Yeah, I'm okay with that too.
Yeah. Anybody else, I'd probably be like, I feel bad for. Not that guy though. Like, there's very little that could happen to that guy that I would say I feel bad for.
I'm looking at the Twitters. Says someone named Daquan said he was Kanye's boy, and I signed a deal to buy Pablo and sent the Bitcoin. Call the police. This is bullshit. Who the fuck has my $15 million? That's hilarious.
I like it.
Suck it.
Yep.
Yeah. I think it's goddamn funny myself.
Yep, I agree. So, yeah. All right. So you got anything else?
Not really.
What?
I know, right? It's been a boring week for me too.
No, it really has. It's just not a whole lot's going on. It's just, I don't know why.
I know, right?
Yeah.
I mean, it's probably from the just boringness. It's like I was telling my lovely wife this earlier. I was like, I should just kick around the idea of like starting a vlog for the show,
mm-hmm.
And like maybe release it weekly or bi-weekly. But then I'm like, during the week I don't do anything that interesting,
right?
Because it's just work.
Yeah.
So I'm like, I don't know what I would film.
Yeah, I can understand that.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Yeah, so I don't know.
I know. I had kind of thought about that at one point, too, about maybe doing, some kind of short form something through the week, too. But, yeah. Yeah.
Like what? If people want to watch me pack my kids' lunches in the morning?
Yeah, they might,
You never know.
Yeah.
I should just start periscoping it.
Yeah, packing lunches. Actually, I was just thinking there is something I want to do a little shout out here that was announced. That a friend of the show, also a friend of ours, Mr. Eric Palicki, is going to be co-writing Guardians of Infinity #6 from Marvel Comics.
Oh, nice.
That was announced. And he's also got, because I forgot to mention this, but I'll try to get the linky here from him to put up. His new book called Fake Empire is out and available through, I believe, Comixology. And, or pre-order. Maybe it's a pre-order. I don't remember. But we'll have the link up, whatever. And, so congratulations to him for, getting to work on a Marvel book. I know that's a big deal to, get your first big publisher work, and as well as having another indie press book of his coming out. That's awesome.
Yeah, very cool.
Yeah, doing the good work.
Good on Senior Palicki.
Yeah.
I'm trying to see if I got something fun. Nope. No. No, mine are all pretty negative. Oh, there you go.
Fucking A right. There you go. That'll work. Doc Thirst coming in with the...
Oh, duh. How could I forget Bryan?
What?
So what was Eric doing again?
Doing the good work.
Doing the good, but he signed a deal with what? Who?
The devil.
Oh.
Yeah, boy.
That works.
I was like, I'm sitting here. I'm like, I don't know what you want from me.
How could I forget about Flav?
Right. Yeah. The obligatory Flav drop.
Fuck yeah. Yeah, boy.
Yeah. It's, what did I just do? I was trying to find that tweet and I can't find it. so that I could credit that guy appropriately, and I can't. I just typed things in, and a whole bunch of them came up because I don't know the guy's Twitter handle. So, unfortunately,
either way, it's still a good tweet.
Yeah, I know. I hate when I do that. Like it, where it comes to me later, and then I'm like, I was like, oh, dang it, I wanted to actually credit him, but I didn't think of it ahead of time. Otherwise, I would have looked it up and had it ready to go. But what can you do? Right. So, yeah.
Whatevs.
Right. So, yeah. But anyway, yeah. Congrats to our pal Eric on that, because I saw that. That's really, really awesome. And I don't know what else to do here. We're really short on our time. I mean, we just clipped an hour.
Well, I do have to say, I am a cunt.
Okay, that's fair.
I'm even...
Goddamn rich cunt!
Right?
Okay.
Yeah, because I completely forgot to post the QoftheW on Facebook this week.
Oh, you. Yeah, boy, that's not going to help the length of the show.
Well, I know
I got like
our
2
pal
answers.
Neil threw an answer out on Twitter.
Yeah.
But yeah, it hit me today when I was like working. I'm like, fuck. It was like 4 o'clock in the afternoon. I was like, well, whatever.
Nice.
I'll just admit to my cuntiness on the program.
Way to go.
Right?
Oh, yeah, I know. I wish I had, like a Lost episode or something to throw. Oh, Lost episode. Yeah, that's what I was trying to look to see if there was anything like in the news or anything, but just nothing, man. Just like even in comics news and stuff, I was looking to see, like there's a new Daredevil trailer, but I don't need another Daredevil trailer. I'm already gonna watch,
Yeah, I just want Daredevil.
Yeah, exactly. It's a few weeks away and whatever, I don't. You can't make me more excited to watch an episode that season. I'm already really excited to watch. You've already shown me Punisher. You told me Elektra's in the season. I'm in. You didn't even have to give me those. As soon as they said Daredevil season 2, I was like, yes, I'm in.
Yeah, exactly.
I was pretty much, unless they were like, the season 2 bad guy is, I don't know, Ham's beer or something. And even then, I'd probably still watch it.
Oh, because Hams.
Hams, yeah. We're just going to carry over the Hams. That's, like DC, they announced what titles were getting canceled off of their, I mentioned a few weeks ago they were doing their relaunch, or rebirth as they're calling it. They're
rebirthing the relaunch, right?
Yeah, something like that. They're doing all new number ones, and they showed what titles are getting cut, and like I looked at it, there's a couple titles, and I'm like, Midnighter looks like it's getting cut, which sucks because I really liked Midnighter. Grayson looks like it's getting cut, but Nightwing is carrying on, so I don't know if that's going to be the same book or what. Other than that, I'm like, yeah, it's pretty much what I expected. But it looks like a lot of their books are going to be bi-weekly, which I hate. I don't like a company going to a bunch of bi-weekly books because that makes it hard. That makes it cost prohibitive for a lot of customers, and it makes it really tough on the retailers. The shop's got to buy books every 2 weeks now. That increases
their... kind of sucks.
Yeah, so I don't like that. Once, a book here or there, sure, but not a bunch of books.
What are you doing, DC?
Yeah. That's about it, though. I was just looking, and I'm like, I don't really... I mean, I guess I can mention one thing I hadn't brought up. How close to caught up on Arrow are you? Okay. I guess that'll answer that. All right.
Woo!
Fair enough. Well, let me throw this bit out there then. When we were on HOBI, someone had asked the question of who we thought the tombstone in an episode was. There's a picture. It shows Oliver looking at a tombstone, and he's really upset. And it's basically...
It's because he burned his frozen pizza, right?
Right. Obviously.
Son of a bitch.
It was my only one. And Barry Allen is there too. And he's, really up, and he's kind of upset. And when we were on the show, I haven't watched this week's episodes, but other than that, I'm to that point. And I was like, I don't really have a guess. I'm such a dumbass. I do have a guess, and it hit me after we were on their episode, and that I think it's Oliver's son, because in one of the episodes they show that he has a kid. And I don't know if you remember, I'm pretty sure you've seen that episode, right, where his mom pays his girlfriend to go away?
Yeah.
Well, it's that kid. Anyway,
that makes sense.
And I was like, that would make sense because that's a big enough death that Barry would, because Barry knows about the kid. So that would make sense why Barry would be there, and a big enough death that Oliver would be obviously visibly upset. So that
didn't he pay her to go to the city where Barry's at? If I remember right.
I don't remember where she went now. There's an episode with it in it. Like yeah, you know what? I think so. So
I think it's like hit the Bricksville or something like that. Go kick rocks, bitch.
I'm pretty sure that was it. Yeah, that sounds right.
Or go kick the township of Go Kick Rocks, bitch.
Right. No. Central City.
Established 1942.
Or whatever it is, yeah. Dumbsville, population U, yeah, all those.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, I don't know why I didn't think of that when we were on the show. Like, later that night, it hit me. And then Dev from Snake Oil posted after he listened to the episode, and I typed it on Twitter because I was like, duh, I don't know why I didn't say it, because it popped into my head. And him and I think seem to, that's our consensus pick at this point.
I can see that.
Yeah.
That makes sense.
Yeah, I think that makes the most sense, because the other characters, it's a little harder to believe.
Right.
At this point. Like Speedy and stuff, because it seems like she's going to, they're going to use her to get over, like she's going to just be part of the show. I don't know, they could kill her off, but I don't know. They don't seem to like really killing characters.
Get hooked on smack.
That would be great if Speedy was hooked on smack.
I want a very special era where she gets hooked on heroin.
Yeah, right? Wait a minute.
They did it in the comics, damn it.
Yeah, I know. That's why I said, wait a minute. That'd be awesome. No, not really.
Right?
They should, though. It's a good thing for the kids to learn. Right? No?
Yeah. Like she, is doing some sort of wacky Speedy shit. She hurts her back, so she's got to go on prescription pain meds.
Yep.
And then she gets off of those and goes right to the heroin.
Naturally, it is the next step. Yeah.
It is, actually.
Yeah. Well, she was already hooked on something on the show, wasn't she? Like in the early seasons? Wasn't she kind of a druggie? I don't remember.
It's probably caffeine pills.
This isn't Saved by the Bell, Tony.
Oh.
I don't know why you...
Yeah, I don't...
You think everything's Saved by the Bell.
That's true, I do, actually.
Man.
Every morning I lather up my bald head of hair gel trying to be Zach.
Who doesn't, right?
Right?
Wait. Yeah, I'm always going around saying time out, but no one ever listens. It's a tough life.
It would be funny if they did, though.
Yeah, it would be great if one time I said time out and everybody around me froze. It just, what would be more frightening is if when you said time in and no one moved again. Like one of those times, he's like, time in, and nobody moved. Like, oh shit.
What if Zach grew up to be the world's greatest assassin? Because he just goes time out, and then he just cuts somebody's throat, and walks away, and he goes time in.
Right. What if he just
no one knows what happens.
What if he was just, when he says time out, does it freeze everyone everywhere, or is it just in wherever he's at?
I would assume he has a sphere of influence.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking. Because, if so, he could just do that. Like, if it's just in, say, whatever the radius of it is, he could just be in a room with someone, say time out, and just walk away. They'd be frozen like that forever, right? Or is it, once he leaves, that time goes back in? Or
that's what I would assume.
Okay, so he couldn't just leave and they would die eventually.
Because then there'd just be all these bubbles of frozen time. It'd be weird.
Yeah, that's why I'm clarifying, because you need to know these things.
I'm just saying he could plant something on them while they're timed out, and it'd be like like back when I was playing Oblivion, right?
Uh-huh.
I was playing a sneaky assassin-y character, and I made a death hat because I found out you could pickpocket people and if something weighed 0, you could put it on them, and they wouldn't know. They wouldn't wake up because I'd always do it in their sleep.
Right.
So I made a hat that when you wore it, it just did fire damage to you, right?
Yeah.
So I would pickpocket them in their sleep and put the hat on them, and then they would wake up and put the hat on and just burst into flames, and then walk around, like run around until they died. And I'd just get my hat back.
That's an awesome hat.
I called it the death hat. It was a very effective way of killing people.
Seems like it would be.
Because no one thought it was you because you didn't actually swing a sword at them or anything.
Right. Can you picture like the news cycle with that kind of like just that hat killing people? It'd just be hilarious to see. Like in another news, another hat death today.
Yes, a hat related death on the rise.
Authorities are warning people: do not put a hat on.
We don't know if they're New Balances. We don't know if they're Flex Fits. We don't know what's going on.
Just do not put a hat on.
That would suck for me. I like hats.
Baseball players are losing fly balls at an alarming rate because of the new no hat rule.
The Pope is at a loss.
Oh, man. Gangsters looking less gangster-like without their fedoras.
Good damn straight.
Douchebags harder to identify without their fedoras.
Also true.
Yeah. What can you do, right? I like this hat, though.
It was awesome.
Yeah.
I miss it.
We need to get a think tank together to get this hat to actually exist.
An actual death hat?
Yeah.
It needs to be like a big top hat with a bunch of batteries in it.
Like, what just makes it combust, though? Or, does the hat combust?
Just be an electrode on each side, so it just when they put it on, it just zaps right through their temple.
Right. The hat itself does not ignite, though, right?
No, the hat never burned. It was always just a person.
That's amazing.
It was.
What is this hat made out of? Unstable molecules?
Exactly. Duh.
Of course it is.
I hacked into the Baxter building.
Damn it. Mr. Fantastic.
Unstable molecules.
Yeah.
His life's an unstable molecule.
Well, kind of is.
It's true.
Wait, you said his wife, right? No.
Huh?
No. You said his wife, right? No.
No, life, but yeah, that too. That's his sexy talk for, oh, Sue, you're such an unstable molecule. She's like, huh? Way to dry me up, Reed.
That seems accurate.
Yeah. That's what I was thinking.
Oh, man. Yeah, that seems full on accurate. I can't imagine how, most of his talk like that just leads to anything else other than her just leaving the room.
Yeah, exactly.
And just be like, nope. Oh, my God. That's too good. All right. Yeah, I'm just scrolling the site real quick here just to see if there's anything.
Do you think he tries to turn her on by, like, stretching his fingers into dicks? Like, eh?
Yeah. She's like,
how many do you need?
Yeah, he's like, hey, and he goes to move toward her, and she just puts up a bubble around her.
Yeah.
Or he goes to talk to her, she just turns invisible, and then walks away. Yeah. It's like, nah, I don't think so.
Yeah, like, no. Like, Sue, I know it's what you're into. I've looked at your internet history.
Oh, man. Poor Sue.
Yep.
Oh, boy. All right.
That happens when you marry a scientist, and, you're secretly a cock-craving blonde.
Wow. Yeah, I guess. I mean, I don't know.
It's a new Fantastic Four, Bryan.
Yeah, I guess it is. I'm not sure that you should be writing Fantastic Four, Tony.
Yeah, probably not.
Maybe, I don't know, man. I mean, I'd read the draft of it at least. I did enjoy that on HOBI, all of us starting to write, Kevin Dazzler. That was a good story.
Kevin Dazzler, that would have been, that would have been a great show.
Yeah. If you want to hear more about that Marvel alternate universe character, certainly, like we said, go check out History of Bad Ideas. I don't know the episode title, actually, I think it's called Starring Kevin Dazzler.
It's Kevin Dazzler.
Yeah, so definitely check that out. All right, I got nothing else, man. Let's just do a QoftheW, I guess, right?
All right. Well, last week's was if you could travel backwards in time and bring one of your toys up
what?
to you now, what would you bring? On Facebook, we have,
You
cunting Tony not doing anything.
You cheeky bastard.
I am.
Oh, geez. I was going to pull it up on Twitter, but I see nobody... Well, first of all, we didn't post it. And second of all, Neil didn't use the hashtag.
Oh, I remember what he said.
Okay, good, because I don't...
He said he would bring back his green machine, which I'm pretty sure was like a power wheel.
Oh,
Not
I thought
wheel, a big wheel.
I thought you meant like the vacuum cleaner that Bissell or somebody made.
Yes.
Like, that's disturbing.
Yeah, it's a big wheel. One of the ones that had the two handles to steer with, not like the Y handlebars like we had.
Right on. Okay, I remember that now.
Which, looking at the website, you could buy a 2016 green machine for $80 at one from Walmart. Not that anyone wants to support them.
Yeah.
But they still make them, Neil. You can live the dream.
Right? He should do that. Well, and it's lower to the ground. There's less chance of hurting your head on one of those, probably.
This is true, too.
Right?
Real quick, I need to call out Huffy here.
Okay.
Because they have the Huffy 20-inch green machine in purple. It's not green at all. It's purple. Don't call it a green machine.
Yeah, it can't be a green machine if it's purple.
Yeah, that's a purple machine, you assholes.
Way to hit him with the logic, Tony.
I'm just saying.
Yeah, no, you're right.
Do they make green machines for adults, though?
Yeah, just you have to be small enough to fit on one. There's your new squad goal, right?
All right, so Annalise could ride this one. That's fine.
All right.
She's child-sized or whatever.
Child-sized. Yeah, that won't make Neil feel any weirder.
Excuse me.
Calm down, dude.
Yeah, I was hoping maybe someone made custom ones for adults. It's not looking like it.
No? Well, there you go. You just found your new business.
Yeah. Oh, wait. Hold on. I should have looked at the images. Some guy built a green machine, and it's a motorcycle.
Yeah, nice.
It looks like a giant green... That is actually pretty awesome. I should probably send this to Neil.
Yeah. You should, because that's it. You should probably post that on things of ours.
Yes, and that will be actually...
Yeah, I was going to say, send that link to me, too. Yeah. Let's see. What do I got here? Do you have any others other than Neil? Or
Negative.
All right. Man, I'm going to cough now. Man, we're just...
Yeah, sorry, it's contagious. It's like
here.
The newest version of the Tony Co. AIDS.
Let's see.
So good luck to you, Bryan. You're doomed.
Yeah, great. Doomed. Fluffy Bunny Ash says that she still has all of her toys from her children's days. She said she never gave away anything she regretted. The only thing she can think of that sort of fits is her first bike. It was an awesome green BMX bike when all her friends had the girly bikes with a little basket on it. She said she had an awesome Slimer from Ghostbusters horn, which I remember those.
That is badass.
And she said she had those streamer tassels on the handlebars. Eventually I got too big for it and got a mountain bike. I never liked it as much as my first bike, though. She said also she had a bitchin' helmet that was a Ninja Turtles green helmet and had these stickers of different colored eyes for the front and cloth backs for the headbands that were held on by Velcro. And I kind of think I remember those too. I remember a helmet that was a Ninja Turtles helmet from a long, long time ago in a galaxy far, far away.
I don't, because I never wore bike helmets.
Well, I never wore them. I just remember seeing them in like Toys R Us and stuff.
Gotcha.
Who wore a helmet?
We were those asshole kids.
Sissies. And I actually think that the first, not concussions, but the first like times I hit my head hard on things were from my first times riding my bike.
Oh yeah, I've got a good one where you of course, Bryan, remember the woods behind our house growing up, a couple blocks away. I went down this big hill where someone must have been like off-roading, because there's just like tire ruts up the hill, and my bike tire went in the rut, and then I woke up, on the ground.
Nice.
One of those gigs.
Yeah, I was back there.
I'm lucky I didn't die.
Yeah, I was back there and went headfirst into a tree because I went over the handlebars. And
there you go.
I didn't get knocked out, but I hit my head really hard. So, and I have a lot of those kind of stories in my life. That's what we were talking about that on the Crazy Life a little bit. Like, I think not on the show, but like before we recorded, I was like, I have a lot of those kind of stories where I've hit my head really hard, but not enough to get a concussion that I know of. You know, and I was like, I always wondered if those hits add up. The same as, you know what I mean? Like the way concussions and stuff do. And I was like, I wonder if the small and medium hits add up the way that the others do. Because if so, it makes some sense as far as maybe why I have some of the various issues I do.
Well, I gotta wonder though, when you went over the handlebars and hit the tree, did it look like, when you're watching like a Civil War movie and a cannon like ball hits the tree? What the fuck, cat? Get out of here.
Oh man. If you were watching the video, Tony's cat just made an appearance on the table.
Yeah, just jumped right basically almost on the keyboard.
I honestly thought you were dead because I thought the cat was going to kill you,
Yeah, ninja attack.
Right. Yeah, oddly enough, I didn't take the tree down. That's how solid of a tree it was.
Wow.
Yeah.
Must be an ancient tree.
Yeah, and I'm saying that half joking and half serious, because it was a really solid tree. Like I hit it, I scraped my forehead up bad, and because I went into it like just dumping forward and just boom hit it, and I landed all awkward like on the ground and laid there for a good probably 10 minutes before I got up. It hurt bad. So yeah,
trees tend to hurt.
Yeah, it was. I think it was one of the few times I went back there, and I was like, I wiped out back there a bunch. I was like, I should probably quit coming back here.
Yeah, it's so much fun though.
Yeah, except for the trauma. But yeah, whatever. You hit your head enough times, you forget it.
When there's no trauma happening, it was a good time.
Right. Yeah. That's the key.
Apparently, I have a co-host now. Cat's all up in my face.
Yes. Welcome to the show, Slade.
Yeah, really.
All right. Let's see what else.
He's like, are you doing stuff right now? I'm sorry.
Yeah.
You should be paying attention to me.
No doubt. Oh my goodness. I have not looked at this yet, but this is awesome. Okay. So, Cheeto Bandito emailed in with his answer to the Q of the W, and he said if he could bring back one toy from his childhood, it would be Richard Pryor. He was wonderful in the toy. Good joke.
Awesome.
And he's not wrong. He was wonderful in the toy. He says, okay, seriously, it would probably be either the Dukes of Hazzard set that had a General Lee with 3 3/4 size Bo and Luke figures, which I had, or the Fall Guy set that came with a helmet, a Colt Seavers figure, his truck, a motorcycle, and a ring of fire with ramp and various obstacles. And then he puts a side note, photo of Heather Thomas as Jody Banks added because, well, why the fuck not? He actually added he included photos of all these, including the photo of Heather Thomas.
That's hilarious.
Yeah. The General Lee with those two figures, I actually had for a long time, and the only reason I don't still have it is because of when my basement flooded, because it was sewer backup, and I had to get rid of pretty much everything that got touched by it.
I should have kept General Lee.
Yeah, I almost did, because it was,
Shit washes.
Yeah. But yeah, I had those, and then I also had Boss Hog, Daisy, Uncle Jesse. I'm trying to think if I had any of the other figures, but I had those 3 figures too.
Right.
So yeah. So I certainly remember the figures he's talking about.
Right.
So good pull, Cheeto.
Oh my God!
Would you stop dying?
Oh my God! What?
Jeez.
Believe me.
Save it for the after party.
Like I'm getting close to like actually making an appointment and see if I can like just nuke this shit out of me.
Listen, I have an answer. Just remove both your lungs.
I don't really need them.
Exactly.
Lungs are overrated,
Boom.
Brian.
Problem solved.
I just need to get like a little machine I can strap to my waist that just oxygenate my blood for me.
Yeah, sure.
And I can be like, "Fuck you, lungs."
Yeah, just there you go. Problem solved, right?
Problem solved. Hashtag problem solver. That's what we do here on the Salty Language program.
Right. That's why it says it in my Twitter bio.
That's right. Damn it.
Yeah. So, you got to cue the W for this week?
I do, and this one I don't expect you to answer it now.
Okay.
But next week.
Okay.
Because it involves music, and we can assemble a YouTube playlist or a Spotify playlist for people to enjoy.
Okay.
So it was, if you were going to send one song to aliens, what would it be?
That's interesting. That's a really interesting question. Like, is there, so there's no context to it as far as like what the purpose of sending the song is?
Nope. Just pick a song that you like. Aliens must listen to the song. Like there's the Independence Day ship is in the atmosphere.
Right.
Like, wow, we got. They're like, it's like Rick and Morty. Show us what you got.
Nice. Okay. So anyone answering this, I also want the why. I want your story as to why you chose the song.
That makes sense to me.
Because I want to know, like, are you sending a middle finger to the aliens, or is it to welcome the aliens, or like that kind of a thing? Because obviously,
I would really much appreciate though if you're going to answer this question to include, if you can, a YouTube link, because that would make life a lot easier when it comes to recording next week.
Right, and also don't forget if you answer on Twitter to include the hashtag QoftheW.
QoftheW.
Just to make it a little easier to find. If Tony's around next week.
Yeah, really. I mean, I might be, we might be recording out of hospice. I don't know if they have Wi-Fi.
I'd hope so. I mean, if they're going to make you as comfortable as possible, they should have Wi-Fi, right?
Yeah, really.
I mean, come on. Jeez. Like, what kind of comfort is this? I can't even get on my Twitter.
Exactly.
What an asshole thing to say.
Jeez, you're supposed to make me comfortable. I'm a burden on my family's data plan now. Thanks, guys.
Wow. That's a strong statement right there. Oh, man. I agree with you, though. It is. It's a terrible thing, It's
a terrible thing.
Terrible.
Terrible, even.
Oh, man. All right. I think that's it, though. I got nothing else. Do you?
All right. Well, maybe next week we'll be more prepared.
Nah, it's fine. We're just turning in a short show this week.
We'll have some shenanigans to talk about.
Yeah, I know. It's just an unfortunate, like on comics, every once in a while there's just a really light week,
Yeah,
just
true.
how it works. So,
exactly.
If they go listen to HOBI, maybe that's what it is. Maybe that's what we just blew our load over on HOBI this week. Maybe that's what it was, If so, then, we should charge them for that appearance. Tell you what. Anyway, head over to saltylanguage.com and, the links will be available there. You can check out all of our shenanigans, like past episodes, the enthusiast episodes that y'all should have listened to by now and whatnot. If you, are... if you'd like to help support the show, you can click on the Amazon link there and then go shop on Amazon like you normally would. They chip us off a little sum for referring you, but it doesn't cost you anything extra. Also, or if you'd like to, be a Patreon subscriber, you can do that through the link on the website. At the very bottom of the site, there's all of our... actually, did you change that? They're still at the bottom, right?
They're still at the bottom. Yeah, I am going to be starting to work on a new website for us, but it's not live yet.
Okay. So at the bottom of the sites, the networks we're part of, such as Tangent Bound Network, the Podgods Network, the Wicked Radio Network, and let's see, there's always the one I forget. Danger! Watch your back! Danger! Entertainment.
Indeed.
So definitely go check those out. And also, if you're looking for new podcasts to listen to, aside from all those options I just gave you, which there's like a bajillion podcasts there, if somehow even after all that, you're still like, boy, I wish I had more podcasts to listen to.
Episode 137, Scroats Cadavs.
Right, boom. And, even after that, if there's more, and you've already listened to our back catalog, even after that, check out hashtag Podern Family, or go to the Twitter account at Podern Family, and check out some of the stuff on there. It's just a bunch of small, like indie podcasts trying to help each other out. Like the shows that don't have the big promotion engine that some of the big networks have. We're just trying to help each other out a little bit. So go check some out.
Go get your indie pod on.
Boom. Yeah. And the best way to contact us is through the Twitter machine, I guess, at salty_language. You can find me at Stunami.
I am at Monotony.
And you can also, if you use the face page, go over there at facebook.com/saltylanguage. Give us a like. There's a link, like Tony said, there's a link over there to the HOBI episode that we're on.
Yep.
As well as generally, we post the question of the week. Well, about 50% of the time we post the question of the week.
Yeah, exactly. Well, this one for sure it will be posted because I want responses.
Yeah, the worst part is that we can schedule posts on there, and we're just terrible about posting.
Yeah, I know. Believe me, it's an awful thing.
We're just awful.
Yo, cat, back away from my board. Don't mess with my knobs.
Oh, man. So I think we've covered just about everything, right? Did I forget anything?
There's Salty Language on Instagram, too. It's starting to get used again. And, Snapchat, Periscope, we're everywhere. We're all-encompassing.
Yeah. And there's, like I said, on the website, there's links to everything. Or if you happen to need a link, can't find it, hit us up. The Kik Group, if you want to join that, send us a message and we'll add you to it, because I don't know why it seems...
You just can't search anymore.
Yeah. So, but yeah, hit us up and we'll get you an invite to that if you want to join and check that out. Also, one last thing. Once again, plug for the notsafetodrink.bandcamp.com. Go check that out. There's like over 50 songs for that. All the money goes to help kids in the Flint area with their long-term medical bills because the government, fucked them over with their water. So, it's a really, really, really good cause, and you get a ton of music out of it for the low, at least like $5 or more contribution. So whatever you can do to help. If not, everybody understands, but if you can help, cool. So I think
if they can, I don't understand.
I don't understand either.
Yeah.
So I guess with that, have beer, you'll be fine.
Stay salty and coffee.
Yeah. I don't know what to say here. I got nothing for the end here. Go. I don't know. I got nothing.
Fucking A right.
That'll work. We'll let Doc take us out with that.